This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Yama munyina kwabe Boadu TV sini yebesho se first time na wa subscribe ama channel no na afi yenyina ye like video no yenya ye comment ntum ye wi ya share Kwaku Annan TSC say Anas de wa sha say exposed a long time ago before Ansana Kennedy ene Anas eye court case no ebekwa kopi mu ewo USA o say Anas de oyo mambofo a udi nechi a wanhwanka Chese, on poor money ye cry. Na says ya ebu abono, a woman's system would be dear. Nanso from 18 million choppable US dollars to 500 and if $500. Ah, Kennedy Yana was Reno. I told you so. Nas and Neshe was the more exposed of boom. And Wabura Mahama 120 days at Mahama 84 months. And your Mahama cast of air wire. Could you or no see or TC among your phones would meet your matem left back? Waburum. Yet,
1, 2, 3, way, and a mayo. Miana me catch them all. Tea, in the movie Boaconta, or my penny be Boaconta. And if she will not penny, why be pa? Obien who bet me a casse. Omampeni onyebi wayebi. But then we cannot also say, oh, Mr. President, you do all. No. And now, ain't me masu say President Mahama so wayeni newi no. Ebi ni ho. Trump across the America or grana 100 days no grana. But John Mahama has done something remarkable in this 120 days. The baby did a near many be breed at the achramu. Said the mano is here echo. And who be here, esse na efata. See a bedi sound comono. The Ghana for Sabe, I refrain away who be bribeno. We, such a mamma, my back cram a country say, oh, minimum call contract of 120 days for Ghana for a monkai, Ubiankai, or fun with your cause, and it's Ubiankai. You need genius ma, a yen some who, and the near the end of Ubiabekai. Some who, and some who. Fasoba kwinu and you will be abekai. Na contract in 120 days. No. Didi nkwa, didi ni onom sa. Won say sami jemfi asemi ba, won say ni peni esi abre. Ye kai ni oma etete sa. Unyanko ho unia ni nua bibini ni pie no ni nua ho akedwemu ni nua gise no obedi na wu. Na ni nua bre we are like that. That's like the syncrasy of black. This color. Yeah. President Mahama say no. Me review. On one side of catch Ghana for Ghana for refra there. But see where they review. Me no be din come. Only be din come off fe. Nyoma or promises or be no. The bubu be so actual. They actual say ni na answer no. Why ya na answer on. Folks, Janadri Abeshi. A bium asem kesi da hone saying Anas are emeyaw. Anas. Nipa ni din ko na se ebesi na name. Ubodi ni wi a na se ebesi na name. Sa na e frɛ no. Oni owura Kennedy. Asem na e aye nika se yetie baby o. Yetie baby. Imre meni age wo kwan bi so. Ai pa nya na asintire meni age ono anasem a metimba bi na ode abe wo so yes ah we dia can say what friend say 2012 presidential candidate Jacob Osei Bono say Brady is anase pe ho asem o say aremi ya pe no asem o ode abe wo so yetie ba bi ya nsuma yetie ba bi o e na wo be ka kire say obi gu hu finti na wo ye anasare me your anas ya wo ye nipa sonko ya blue blood e na wo mi wo se Kennedy egu hu finti me na me kwa de mi ni free mi nti bi sa asem bi kwa wo Ghana me nti abakwasem bi se da se asem bi abama obi judge atra Ghana ha erule asem na wie o ema judge aka kire nipa ne se sesimesi se mi se mi Kwaku Annan na judge se mi yokromfo me ye nabrebani me ye tutubotom ene ne omaniama judge ne se wie na o se Kwaku Annan osan so eye terrorist wo Ghana ha na mentimi anko Ghana emranimu court ho ankohwe ansa medi hu o na emom Kodwa wo no tim hayi ekodi sa ankomo no wo Burkina Faso hayi a na me ko Burkina Faso ko ka kire Burkina Faso court fo no so no Kodwa wo no ebegu mi hu anim asenti be de asem na ba o asem we ye ka ne sen na chese na wo ye odebio na chese wo ye nipa sonko pa yeah because for you to move the case from Ghana to Burkina say me kwa ko di case na chese maboa me hu ye pa. That's the scenario between Ken Agyapong and Anas. Nana ni refi said no. Ebresu refi said judge eye ora justice bar in Ghana's High Court. Ye di asem na wie ma judge ne say Anas or ye criminal. Anas eye extortionist. Anas eye blackmailer. Anas eye terrorist. Terrorist. What tell me decide we eto so nyame na meka na wo areme ya what ho me ye decide same way e hye kon wo Ghana ha and minimum ka say it's 1 year some month munye and me the date I have the judgment and the justice bar a rule is our case way in Ghana's High Court one ko anko hwe sa asem no ema one ko appeal anko ye dem yi sa din no I myself am me to okra me ni nyi se ye this hard na beto so no enye Aremia is not ready to go to court and battle this up or you ready so beko America memu. Sani we are city. All because Kwaku Annan at the national form say bram no we are or bekachre we are seeing and say yeah I've done it. So we near to be brebe nine and ne wama ponchiachi. Show 18 yatihana obekachre 18 $1 million. This kakitwa. Minim se mu de tight na best was is can I don't know how. But the beba Ghana. E told me there mo amususunu eni dia mo dwene eni se da mo ma asam ne koe no eno ahu bi eni ye twa na ye dia ye asem a ye di fra mo anka se ne. Cause nipa nye din NPP enipa bi awo NPP mu asem we inform who nanso Ken Agyapong hu hinti wonu ko join alliance with Anas are emeyawanas yengu nenimu ase na can you imagine o say ebra case we pie free fence New Jersey one assuming say ne judgment a judge in the beba and then no say ko yes so ontua 18 million ma Anasa na Ghana ha chaba na mu benya so obi enya so o aha enitira na na me catch us said ye ya anapa eye no sa na na dwoso ebeye ate ya na wo wie fon sa na wahwe se woni ni nansa kwesi prat be ba kon obebu no eno won say the same okay boni a wo aremi a wedietie nipa e wo man we mu no se yesi ye bie so a you go to jail you know it you go to jail a minim sentence kwa de baba wo areme yaw ba wo dia ne sa na pe ewiane anadwo efe wo wudi wo man mu ane se wo hwehwe nipa na wasel mo keke ene nipa bebre wu e wo anaso nsem the lies of justice question mu na ebe wu ni nkrofo mu depende e wo nipa bi so areme yaw do ma hwefo mo mewu a sa brisa nipa no mu hu bebi mfemfa a lot people nipa wu nanso kra no you are wo no your life. So still also pay nipa sell it mo say 18 million asam ne buy no hwe kwanya on man media surrogate within 72 hours in Ghana na sa 18 million no honsem apeti Ghana baby ya monko hwe baby as a story na a trendy kodu ye monko hwe go me pesa meka Ghana for na monko hwe baby as a story na a trendy kodu ye dan so enenu a ya bon film ni a kire say 18 no. And who's that case na anko eyo Ken Agyapong wa appeal no mo twist issue no mo hwe ne e wan court anko appeal no Mistral keke. Mistral na chesa asam na nkasa no. Esi akodi ni foforo. Yen kodi ni foforo ne e bedre. Na 18 million went me nya mo 1,000 cedis, $1,000. 500 no kra no so no. Yesi aba be yim. Ebeka sen. Na me so omunya abotre. I will seek permission. Na ya GG ska wa ha. Here the amount because 500 said Trump budget tax or budget tax won pa there. Please enye. Nti ye je wa ha mum de ma wa me be ye the number be tu dwane agege ama MC amonya number ne ready. Ya announcement ya agege wa e o mesra wo be ye contribution am fa cedi sem bia ye je dollars ye de ama reme. Well, Ken Agyapong so cry ready so be man more than that. I'll tell you why. Obema no more than that. Are who ye cause to say otwa plane ticket free ha kwa hani America kono oba a lawyer for do mu call ye enem ni ade na di nti na oba yesa. Di nti pa nso na oba yesa na justice ban ruling no rule or high court na wonko enkonko ya appeal ni ensesa within infraction. Won say justice ban de no eda so da ho. Remember the time justice ban judgment re dey break Ghana for no mahwe. Ne mu mi say adan no onko sa court no onko sign ni din hu ho. Yes we your kromfo. We are na brebeni to bottom and we are terrorists. Terrorists. Are you happy? We nime guase. Mone sa NPP mpenimfo no mu go ni na mo pe Kwaku Annan nenim ai de e twitwi fo won se mo nime guase. Nipa wuti wiase dia sempa. Wo tan nipa bi kura na wo tan no a whatever it is. Enye anu nti na mo be film e be di 80 million story by. I was shocked me who be that. Ono ane party ni mu no. Hey, wo mani abre twi soroku den. Ebinim mo twi soroku wo mani abre no wani agese. Bo se ene mo se bebre mu na motiti to wiem kwayem esrem mipom nuyam dwane monim aguase. Monim eguase. Monim eguase. Amadri. Oh, say Anas Ede press release biaba. Why you so confused? Say press release no the ban. Ko check date was me ya folks. Amadri the higher shit that. And now media surrogates for no more. Why wouldn't they come out and make noise? 1 TV3, 2 Joy FM. Where are they? I dare them. Tell them to come out and make noise. Omi ne dwane. Na me be ya di be na ma back. Na me hwe say this Saturday coming, Samson Ladi, me want to too much because Samson ye ni me bi Chrome higher me hwe ni say, who the hell is this guy? Me dey me law, me nim how I make akwa law, but it is a me need time. But the point is that muko suesua law ni bi ni sa ni omaniama na give us a damn break. And no see again. Media surrogate for no. Tell them wo momra bonti me dede. Ni me guase. Somewhere Monday and a breaking news in the bar say the court in the United States, you know. Says he can with drilling na free 89 bedroom 500. Aka emu taxes ombe and o man fanka mwamba. But your wana Anas, Aremi Anas, Eddie release be babonti. That same Monday. Now folks, check the release now Anas Eddie buy no. Right? After say court no, Eddie one judgment in Abana. Monfa Anas releasing into screen is mama yadi. Ene da now, we check it. Anas release no the buy now. A date be na shaswo. 11th May 2025. The press release in here. So now, MCA, Mufa with judgment no so a free ni fence New Jersey ban. Me say no so date was what. Judgment na kasa written judgment of the judge no. Mama yenhwe nti wo hwa 11th May no na da ben Sunday kwesiada. So say kwesiada judgment ne so ba Monday 12th of May e ba ne say na na ase this akrata we beto e de man Monday. Does it mean say no one prepare their to hold it na? Ohu di wi ase. Yankopon bo ni fra de mawo. Se wonam kwamu ai say so okwa kum e Christopher no a ne Yankopon fra nani later na nani so tete no and also no with Diponia chair. And then my sister day, my end Paul. Come on, power to the people. Simon, and down. Now, so this is also the written judgment coming from the JC court. Check the date, 12 May 2025. So, who is Anas talking to? And down. This is coming from the JC court. Who bet me zoom in kakra? I too far, MCR. This is the original certified what? Judgment coming from the judge. Nebra Anas, Eddie Assembly to her couple of months ago. Now charge all the media houses in Ghana, the media shore, TV3, Joy FM, Asasi Radio, one way kick hey, de yo, kwa enemy ade. No, see, na yenti e ho ase say the JC court ebe rezi saying ebe rezi $18 million. No mo dia betwi suruku e wo manim. Yete ho a NPP fo no ebi nipa bonefo a wo mo nye nipa papa. Mo member o within the NPP they were not too comfortable with omo Ken Agyapong. They say asem say atono a within the very few minutes now, news item the Babon says, Anne, Ken Agyapong has been charged with 80 million. Ha! Ominia Bosi. Ominia deceit. But Iran, here. Again, Anas has also stated in his release that his joy is not on the award, but rather the judgment. The Anas they are to Diane say, I feel was shift to go po no. Disgraceful and shameful enough. Also, no crowd, no. Sikanwa, ye debe man no, Sikano, and ye here no crowd. No. Nemum, on the joy is in the judgment now. Ye debe man. Rather, the joy, our judgment. And the question remains. The baby said then, so why is Anas is in the US court? This is coming from the JC court. Wait, JC court no ruling any mo MCR from my idea, papa. Yeah, we screen you honor. It's why on this 12th day of May 2025, Anas Aremiao come and tell us or say order that defendants and their motions is what hereby granted. Oh, say when him guase. Anas are emiya when him eguase. One of Philistine phone na motete Philistine pom kono so krika titito wirem kwayem esirem mipom enuam epum nya ese motete fa. Meguase. Now, osise si ade sika ne kura ehia no. Na sika ne ehia wa mebisa se ene na wo court wo so wo kweden. Why did you go to the court to take a plane ticket for your lawyers, plane ticket for yourself, accommodation for your lawyers? They are feeding. Hey, are you doing a charity show? So my question now is, why won't Anas write to the US court to tell the court that no, he's rejecting the money and that he's not. You see, he should have told us earlier, say, the 18 million on pay. And we are number one idea na SRM obey say 18 million on pay, and that number 2 or 3. You've written to the US court to what? Quash the 18 million. You are not interested. The question, did he write to the court? The answer is no. Rather, the news about Ghana and he said $18 million or the ba no be. And none why ya treat Sikano Suna Sikano, you say, on Sanka 18 million, na 500 penny the Bemano. Why ye release not the bike, why you so confused? Or come a wrong date? Well, tonight I'm here to tell Anas Anas, and in a surrogate, and say, Kennedy Kwame Japan has decided to increase the money from $500 US to 5,000 United States dollars. Yemen American. Kennedy Japan or Besu Hunumobo. But Miss Weber say, ye Gigi scan or Ghana, and near demand, and send a bear taxes in BM because America for money maybe I'm wearing something in pay. Saying a Kennedy person yet, I don't know the man and ask Army and us. Take a listen to this.
Maybe we have to give a last 5,000.
I said, you put a tracker home.
5,000 say you're bad. Say you're bad. Oh, dear. 5,000. So the 5,000 amount of Ghana Hakranwa. Kennedy Japan only tax in free. So you give you the 5. America fund no 500 no mu be free. Tomate tiano. Embedrunu. When you be an bear 300 bisa. Nano see again. 300 lawyer baako kra no the plain fair saying ne didi saying huh enti yen so ye ba be ye enhyehyɛ ne age seiska no ya ye lalasu wa ha se ne age seiska no ne 500 ye benya ne ye aka Kennedy because say we Kennedy na aka o or say or the man $5,000 ne ye aka na ye saying 5,500 ne bad. Now the Bia Coma one way good Joy FM TV3 and I'm near the don't make Trisuru would be a Trisuruku. Now yes, oh yeah. You make Guase. You are shameful enough and disgrace to journalism in this country. But my issue is that Anas, go and then defend your name, your integrity, your credibility, the sanctity about yourself in Ghana's High Court. By the way, you have denigrated our justice system by telling the whole world, including the courts in America, said, no, you don't trust the justice system in this country. Anything about America. But then, Justice Barnes' rule still enforced that you are what? You are a criminal, you are extortionist, a blackmailer, and a terrorist. Is this good image? Is this something that you want to leave this mark for, young guys, young men and women in journalism to follow? So America court and say the Americans have given the final judgment. So what are you to do with Ghana court? Justice Ban ruling and obey anything. And only your term so that you can what? Certify, say you are not a terrorist. Because that for me is disgraceful enough. When you have disgraced journalism in this country, all the men and women in high standing who gave you all the thumbs up, today you've let them down. The lives of my own brother, Esan Komanum, Kofi Bentel, Audrey Gajaponum, and many people who looked at you said you and us was the torchbearer in investigative journalism in this country. You've let them down. You've let all of them down. You've disgraced yourself a lot. You have embarrassed yourself. $500. Papa Kennedy Japan be whom more no the bia come. It's up to you. Folks, President Niedim common now he said we BBA.
Yes.
Name near the him say now NDC from also Masha say Modi and home common and near the idea. What is it that we need to know more of this 100 days with specific stuff you can recall?
Yes. Kwaku Annan, thank you very much.
Yes.
And to your viewers of this program. A program people can rely on.
That's right.
For authentic information.
That's right.
Yes. Before we went into the elections, we presented a manifestos to which we indicated what we intend to do when we assume office. God being with us, He saw us through the elections, and then we won. Now, the things we mentioned we are going to do, it's early days yet.
Yeah.
But we have started something important. If you look at what we have done so far, it's more. Initially in the past, on the sector of education, I wish there is time, just like because we're having different segments, we will take them sector by sector and digest the issues. Now, on the issue of education, initially when NPP was in power, what they were doing was that allocations to schools were at the center of the presidency. So the government decide what goes to which school.
Yeah.
And we promise that when we win power, we are going to centralize everything in the various schools. So that these various headmasters in their schools will decide what menu they have for their students. Whether the government has disbursed money in that regard.
Yeah.
If you also look at, there was no discipline in our secondary schools. And so you saw viral videos going all over all the time.
Yeah.
You see students come out and do, and one of them was a China secondary school, where the students came out on the Akufo-Addo issue, and they were reprimanded, and their parents went back, because there was no discipline in the schools. Now government has introduced discipline in the schools. When you go contrary to the rules and regulations governing the schools, you will have your own to blame. In fact, it is just early days yet, but significant improvement have been made. We don't want to talk, Mr. Kwaku Annan, but what we are doing is that we are making significant impact.
Yeah.
On the issue of health, you saw just last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
After the Tamale CEO was fired.
But I need the document quickly.
The health minister, Akando, he was in Tamale, presented series of machines.
Yes.
Because they complained that most of the machines were not functioning.
All
these 8 years.
Tamale case.
Yes.
I was so angry.
For 8 years.
People were asking the minister so
Yes.
8 years.
How can we do that?
And of course, you also have friends IGF.
No, politics went into it. You know,
we didn't.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, because what happened was that particular CEO, when NPP took over office, what they did was that the NPP Boadu boys, they went to the regional hostel and were asking people, I have videos of it, asking them, hey, come out of the office. You take your books and leave. Take your books and leave. That was how come they put in that CEO. So when this guy, yes, I have the videos. So when, they went from office to office and asked them to pick their bags and come out of the place. So when NDC won the elections, they wanted to go the same style. And they want to frustrate the effort of the sitting government. And we said, no. How can you have...
Because MPP joined,
yes, and you have most of the facilities locked. They locked the facilities down.
Yeah.
They were not functioning. And you have monies you receive in the hostel. You couldn't fix those things. How can you complain that because of water, you are not able to clean a whole facility? How much is a tank of water? They couldn't do that. So after that issue came up, Akando went and gave machines to them to start working. Look, this government is doing a lot of things. No, we are doing a lot of things. And people have just calmed down. The level of arrogance that we saw under the last 8 years, it will not happen again. We are putting things in check. We are concerned about the youth of this country. We are concerned. And so if you look at your friend Malik, his department, yes, they are recruiting a lot of people. They are putting some under fire service this time, and they are going to have even youth sent outside the country to work.
Yeah.
These are initiatives the government has put in place to ensure that the teeming youth that had confidence in the NDC and voted for that matter will not be stranded. And you see, Ghanaians have been patient over the years. If this current government by JM fail the masses, look, we will not go for another election going on. The youth of this country will go the Burkina Faso way. They are tired. Politicians come. Politicians come and go, and it's the same story.
Burkina way.
Of course, yes. Because the frustration is too much. Don't you think so? What happened in Burkina Faso? Is it far from? It's not different from here.
You're not far from.
Yes.
Borderlines.
Exactly. And what happened? There were promises and series of promises made by politicians, and they all failed. Why? JM1 came and promised us. Well, we said it wasn't good. Akufo-Addo came. He made a lot of promises. He came into office. Nothing happened. So if JM also fails us, what do you think will happen? We take the gun.
There will be an implosion.
Exactly.
Now I understand where you're coming from.
People are frustrated.
Let me walk you through some one by one, then you'll comment on the same. The complete list of cabinet ministers has been nominated within the first 14 days, as per the pledge. Then, second, constitute leanest and most efficient government. Here, I say, the government has been constituted to be the leanest and most efficient under the Fourth Republic, as per the pledge, within the first 90 days in office. What do you say about that?
Yes, so on that, you saw that when Akufo-Addo and his men came, they said they were in a hurry. And so they ended up taking almost 126 ministers. And when the people of Ghana complained, he said they want to fix the country. We promise that when we come into office, we won't take that number. JM was categoric. when he mentioned 60 ministers, your friend, Baumia, came and mentioned, he mentioned 50. And I know he was doing rhetorics. I intentionally say your friend, I know. So we mentioned 60. And that's the number
from the beginning, I thought it was somewhere 113.
Yes, it was 113. And later on, he had all kind of ministerial appointment, where we had the sanitation ministerial appointment. We have a lot of them, and nothing happened. The Zongo ministry, Sadiq Boniface, and co. So we said we were going to go with 60 ministers. And when we came, indeed, at a point in time, the NPP were calling that the overwhelming elections we won and the number of MPs we had in parliament, we should just Afeni Martins. He said we should apologize to Ghanaians and increase the number from 60 to 80 or something else.
Yeah, he was pushing.
Yes, he had a reason for doing that. But James took to his word. He said, no, I promised 60, and I'm going to keep 60. And as I speak to you now,
and as you speak, are you 60?
You are not 60.
You've not reached there yet.
56.
Yeah, yet
56.
Yet to reach the
yes,
threshold.
And look at what is going on. Fresh air blowing everywhere. People are breathing. If you go to if you take cameras and go to the market now, people are relieved. Just today, I'm told the dollar has moved down again. You are aware?
Yeah.
And government has met with Guta, and I'm told within 2 months, cost of things will come down. This is what the Ghanaian voted for. Indeed, this government is lean, isn't it?
Yeah.
We promised in our manifestos we are going to form the leanest government, and we did.
Great. Take this one. A robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials have been established as per the pledge. The launch was on May 5th with the presence of ministers, deputies, and presidential staffers. Okay, then I move you to this one. A national economic dialogue has been held to discuss the true state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budgets as per the pledge.
Yes. So as at last week, we discussed the code. Last Monday, we discussed the code of conduct. And I told you how important it is because, you see, there are different people brought together to form a team. And people had their own backgrounds and their own understanding or their upbringing. So it is necessary that once they are coming to form a family, they are taken through orientation as to the do's and don'ts of what the president wants and doesn't want. And that was the reason for which he brought in the code of conduct. And indeed, this is there to serve every minister, not just minister. I said all government appointees, so that whilst you are doing anything, be reminded that there are cameras on you. And just today, we are lucky. Our friend, Monday, we're talking about him, Sami Jemfi. Yes, we are told. Yes, he has been released because Felix has released a statement that they have cautioned him to be more careful next time, and that is all government can do for now. And indeed, there is nothing government can do.
I tend to agree.
That's because he hasn't done anything bad. And so I've seen that this government is doing very well. The code of conduct should be there. And with this submitting, it is a lesson to all government appointees. And I'm sure any government appointee going to take one city from his pocket, be very careful. We want to have homegrown solutions. And so that is why we said that no, let's implement things that will help us. On the issue of agric, you know who kept there? Your man. Exceptional man. He's going to make sure that he fixes things for us. Look, this government had the men to do the work. And indeed, they are doing the work. Most of them, when they enter office, you haven't heard them say anything. But in the background, they are putting things in order. And I'm sure we are going to make things for Ghanaians to be happy with.
Good. Let's look at this one. It says the following draconian taxes have been scrapped to alleviate hardships and ease the high cost of doing business. E-levy, COVID levy, that's e-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bets winning and emissions levy. All of this, but
and he kept them. All those ones he mentioned, the e-levy and those ones, it was a promise we made. And when we came into office, as quickly as possible.
But some were also suggesting, for example, like the e-levy, and then, the e-levy and other stuff were also cushioning government a bit. So regardless of however that the NDC spoke much about it, you denigrated, still allowed the e-levy to help cushion the government, revenue generation.
Yes,
what do you make of that?
This same question was asked to the finance minister. And he indicated that, yes, indeed, those ones were cushioning the economy. But then, there are there were loopholes. The leakages in the system were many. A lot of waste was going through the system. Can you imagine that we sent 2 billion to buy a sky train? The money never came back, and we never had a sky train.
What has happened?
Oh, just today, the CEO, Mr. Solomon, he was in Hancock. They've arrested him.
They've arrested
yes.
him.
Emil Yakunfitu has been, he was a board chairman for GIIF.
So where is the money?
We don't know. We don't know. You have paid the money. This is common sense. Money you have paid to a company to receive a sky train.
The sky train didn't come.
And the money didn't come.
The project 2 is not there.
Nothing happened.
The money is not there.
How could we even go in for a sky train when we as a country, we haven't finished fixing our roads? Does it make sense?
And the money has disappeared.
Nothing. This is what was going through. So if we're able, this government is making sure that this thing doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, we don't need betting tax. We don't need it. That promise was made by JM at Bukom Arena when he went there to meet them. He said he's going to cancel it, and he has done it. And still, the economy is moving. Look, when the election was ongoing, Bawumia also made a promise that he will cancel e-levy, among other things, and that he was not aware. But then we played a video to him, showing him that he and Chairman Sabonsu cut a cake, including Samira Bawumia, to launch the e-levy. But at the end of the day, he's saying that when he wins the election, he's going to cancel it.
But earlier, he asserted that he didn't know anything.
But there was a video where he was involved in cutting the cake.
Do you deny that?
Of course, he's lying. It is not true. Because there's a video where he and Chairman Sabonsu cut a cake to introduce e-levy in this country.
But earlier, he had also gone to where? It's a PCFM also, and said he will not, he's not for the e-levy. He made this announcement.
Do you believe him? This is somebody that is not reliable. He said they lost the election because the economy was hard, and he didn't know the economy was hard. He didn't know Akufo-Addo increased fuel prices.
3 days to election.
Can you imagine?
Do you disagree?
That he's not aware.
Do you think he was being untrue?
Oh, come on. He should know. He should know. That if you're a sitting vice president, you're not aware of all these things, then what were you doing there?
He was ambushed.
You can imagine. So we should give you power to become a president of this country to do what? He can't. He's not man enough. We want a man that stands by his words like JM. The people of Ghana were saying that, look, I heard ordinary people on social media saying that, look, this betting tax was helping the economy. Let it be. He said, no, it was a promise I made, and I have to keep it. But I'm ensuring that all those leakages we had in the system had to be, worked on, and make sure those things were closed. And we did them. Things are working, bro. The NPP were just sitting down doing nothing.
Yeah. What's the signals being NDC for my picky on the ground? Specifically, like one way what betting tax, e-levy, transmission of money. What's the feel like on the ground?
Well, what we realize is that on the issue of betting tax, let me give you this example. You know, the youth, when they go for those games, when they don't win, government doesn't give them anything. Somebody can play the game more than 10, 20 times without winning. He can lose over 3,000, 4,000 without winning. Then on a single day he wins, then you take tax from it. Even before he receives his money, you have taken your tax. Does it make sense? In that case, if you only know you want to take tax from them, when they lose to, give them tax. Moreover, they don't have jobs. You have not created jobs. Do you know this government is the government that collapsed most jobs? You're aware of the banking sector, the cleanup exercise. They collapsed a lot. Look, when you are traveling from Accra down Kumasi or to the north, you see Park Wesindu. You see his banks.
All line up.
They're just wasting. What for? What for?
My group chairman, Seydou Agongo, lost $60 million
exactly.
in the Heritage Bank.
That's what they did. Only Ken Agyapong bank was working.
Data bank is working.
And they were sending most of government funds instead of the Bank of Ghana. Instead of
Data bank.
Yes, we are just.
Some of them are.
You see, there are a lot of things that has happened under the NPP, and a lot of people are working free. We want to put them on checks, put them before the law and prosecute them. We will get to him. You know what happened when the Attorney General invited him?
Yeah.
He said he was not feeling well. Yes?
He's to come end of this month too.
To come and answer questions. He said he's not feeling well. And I'm sure and we have told him, if the day is up and he doesn't come, we will go for him. Interpol will bring him back. Because you can't take us for granted. This man was so arrogant. He was so, also when there's even a board meeting and he's invited, the president will come and sit down and he will not come for the meeting. Who are you? Are you God?
Are you God? Now listen to us say. The review of taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes is currently in progress.
Exactly. Yes, that is what we promised. One of our promises. Yes. Yes. We promised all those in our manifestos, and we are doing it because see, initially, when you go to take your car at the port, the duties were not something. It wasn't that much, so you could just go for it. But now, do you know that even taking a Toyota Corolla from the port and Harbour, you pay someone over 60,000, 70,000 just now.
Why?
So how much are you going to sell the car? When you could buy a Toyota Corolla for 40,000, 50,000, now just the duties alone at the port and Harbour is about 50,000, 60,000. So when you pick it up, how much do you sell it? So they are killing businesses, and yet they are making money. The NPP is not a political party you should rely on. We are fixing this country. What we promised we do, we are doing. James is not an angel, but the steps he has taken, indeed, he is on progress.
He's on progress. Stephen, take this one well. Now educate him how far you've reached. Drafting of needed legal amendments and preparation for implementing the 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president is currently in progress. Give us a whole pictorial.
Yes, so you see, yes, so prior to the election, we indicated that the 24-hour economy, because of...
Is it feasible?
Yes, it's feasible. Because of non-existing jobs, we want to ensure that, for instance, if you go to the port, people want to bring out their goods.
Yeah.
But when it's around 4:30, 5:30, workers say they have closed and they are leaving. But that is supposed to be money they are going to receive for the state. So we assure that when we come into power, we are going to make sure we have 24-hour economy. And they put in a learned person, Bushtano, you know him. He's the one at the helm of affairs for that department. And then look, they have rolled out a lot of series of steps to ensure that this thing take off. They are speaking with various government departments. And the responses we are getting is favorable. First is the passport office. You heard Ablakwa, the foreign affairs minister.
So now we are going for, is it digital?
Yes. He discussed it. That was last week. That's the first thing we want to go for. And he has gone to most of the offices to, have first-hand information with them. And I'm sure they are going to employ people to have a standby. Same with the Port and Harbour, and even with Ghana Police. So government departments that close early.
Sooner rather later, passport will be changed.
Yes, everything will change. Yes, digital. So that most of the government departments that close earlier, where people still need their services, they will have policemen to be there to guide them to do their work very well. And so it means they're also recruiting more police officers. So everything is on course. It's just a matter of time. When you are 4 months, you don't expect to give birth, do you?
No,
you need time. So that's what we are doing. So what I know is that we are working behind the scenes. JM is ensuring that everything he promised, even though we are human, but everything he promised, if you don't get it all, 90%.
Sure.
When it's election time, the NPP wouldn't have anything to say that Muka say Naman yes say Muka say we are working on things. And not we spoke about corruption, that we are going to fight corruption. Because you see, it shouldn't be politics as usual. NPP will come and cry wolf, that there are thieves everywhere. They come into office 8 years, nothing happened. What happened to Opuni case? Sarah Gongo, you just mentioned. What happened to it? So politicians will cry wolf and come into office and nothing happened. We said this time it's not going to be politics as usual. People that have gone off embezzled state funds, they must pay for it. Not just paying, you also go for sentence. We let you go and serve as a lesson to other politicians. So if you look at what we are doing so far, like I told you the last time, the cases, Dominic Ayine. We stay at the same place in Bolga. This is my house, this is his house. I know the kind of person he is, very disciplined person. Look, the cases he had, the last time I spoke to him, the cases he had. Look, most of NPP people, they will go in. You heard about Papu, the last time he was defending Samijin. The stone is coming on.
Yes, NPP for so a lot of people have. Some were even throwing money.
Yes, he said the 50,000 he was throwing, but his own stone is coming. You don't know. His stone is coming, bro. If I tell you, he's from Agogo, right? Yeah. Ashanta Agogo. Do you know he had an apartment where he even had a swimming pool on the first floor?
Hey,
are you aware? I'm telling you. But when he fought with your guy, what's the name? He's a love's husband. What's the friend? Hobson. He said that what work did he do? He was only communication director for Ghana Gas.
Sure.
He built 3-bedroom apartment in Kumasi, Santiago, with a swimming pool on top. How much was your salary? So his own stone is coming. And you know the one that
he should not defend.
Oh no. We don't need his defense. He should keep his defense. Look, already we know that. Yeah, you and I were here. We told you that the man has done nothing.
Yeah.
He hasn't committed any crime. So what are you defending him for? He should just think of his own stone coming. Look, we are fixing this country. Look,
NS Kofi Owusu-Bempah Kachawe says, wait for your own stone.
Of course, yes. And for him, just on your show, let me just, I've sent a message to him on the last time. That look, he was on live TV where they interviewed him. And he said that the issue of JM, Ford, he concocted that story to divert attention. I saved the video.
Really?
Yes. He said it's a political strategist. Yes, he said it's a political strategist. So when issues are coming, he would divert them.
But we're here when what's his name? Azure.
Yes, he mentioned it. A lot of things he said that he diverted attention. I have videos of it. So I said, if you have done that, then the police will invite you. Because at the end of the day, the issue of the Ford and other things, JM was, I mean, they said there was nothing wrong with it, right? So you should come out and answer questions. Look, we are not going to take it as usual, bro. People have damaged this country. They have damaged this country. Do you know now, GRE, in the first quarter, have exceeded their target? Are you aware?
Not that I know.
And the MPP, they were running at lost. Just first quarter, the target has already been exceeded. This is leadership. We will not say we have the men, but we are working. And you know, as you are here, I have not heard you for once condemning this current administration for anything. If they have done anything wrong, you would have started.
Yeah.
I know you. The kind of person you are, very disciplined. You will not let, I mean, nobody can convince you. Once they are wrong, they are wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that this government, we are working. Do you know under MPP that when students were going to school, administrative expenses, students were asked to pay for it, even though it was free education, that students carry A4 sheet to school? My second born is currently in secondary school at Bogis, Borough Girls.
Oh, Bogis.
Yes, my second born. Yes. When they're in school, before NDC came, they carry A4 sheet to school.
How?
I'm telling you, because the government then cancelled PTA. So the school has to take everything on its own. And government, they don't take anything from anybody. So what do? They have to share the cost to students. It's just like J. Kufuor came into office the last time. He extended from SS from 3 years to 4 years. He didn't build additional classroom. He only went to MTN office to take a tent to accommodate 4th-year students. How could that fix the situation? But when you see JM in 2013, he was putting up new serene schools. In my village, where I come from, and you know my MP is Clementa Park, there was no secondary school in Kanjaga. So when my people finish JSS, they have to go to Sandema or Navrongo or Bolga to attend secondary school. JM built Kanjaga Senior High School. Now when you drive past there to my house, you see a lot of people selling all sorts of things on the road. That is business they are doing.
It's sort of employment,
Yes!
is it not?
Yes. But you came, you introduced education from 3 years to 4 years. You didn't build additional classrooms.
And we were, they gave it colors.
Oh, yes,
blue,
yes.
white,
All manner of things. I mean, the education system in Ghana here was nothing it was just nothing at all. You couldn't say anything good about it. You see somebody who cannot speak good English, yet the person gets A in maths. The person gets A in English. Yes. Exactly. How can you go to school for just 2 months and come home for 4 months?
Why?
So if you're a parent...
But is that system still there?
Oh, no, we have cancelled it. Haruna Idrisu, I'm not in his good books.
Yeah.
For me, way back in 2013, I know. I had an issue with him, yeah. But the man is fantastic. The man is fantastic. Let's be honest. There was a reason why they took him to education ministry.
Because now, if you face any
and that reason is you, I'm telling.
I see.
That they were to silence him. So, it's my party, yes.
Okay.
You see, so that where he wants to shine, he can shine. But the gentleman is the jack of all trade. Very exceptional.
There was rumors to
Yes, I know. But you see, when he went there, he made sure that he sat with the, the key members or, the persons involved, and all the time he listens to them. Just last 2 weeks, under Ghana Education Service, teachers had not had promotion for the past 3-4 years. And government was saying that there is no vacancy. You know what they did? That there is no vacancy. But what Haruna Idrisu did was that he said they should promote them immediately. If there's no vacancy for them, they will sit at where they have been sitting and their salaries will increase.
That's right.
This is leadership.
Better rather than...
Yes, then you be on the same grade for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Nothing is going on. Yet people were siphoning money outside this country. They were just stealing like there's no tomorrow.
Imagine.
People that I know who have made money within a year, if I tell you, it will marvel you. And the arrogance with it was painful.
Hold it there, bro. Okay, man can message is near I say, hi, Kwaku. I admire this man. In fact, to achieve self-sufficiency, I believe the government should revive collapsed industries like poultry, rice, onion, tomato, and textiles production as part of government homegrown policies. Additionally, the president must task all government institutions to patronize locally assembled vehicles like Kantanka, pickups, saloons, and the SUVs to boost job creation and revenue generation. Michael Shalaja and Ode Ebae. We also say, good evening, Kwaku Annan. My name is Ras Chacha from Yapi Central Gonja. Say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and NDC have done very well for this 120 days. I'm pleading with His Excellency John Mahama to check how he can control the price of commodities in this NDC government. Should use the prisoners on state farms to feed Ghanaians instead of leaving them indoors without any contribution to the national grid. All right, let's check this one too. I'll say, hi, Kwaku. The SkyTrain saga, all those who chop Ghana money must go to jail. This country is for Ghanaians, not for NPP. Our money must be recovered from the looters. Kwaku, thanks, George from Dansuman. And Ode Ebae. Let me show you a quick one. I'll say, Kwaku, I'm Ransford watching you live from La Paz. Kwaku, these people at you are dealing with, you are dealing with them are evil, demons, wizard, and Sasakatuan. Kwaku, have my support, damage them all. Ransford. Okay, wait, so say, the guest is on track. Keep up. Okay, you're talking about my guest. All right. Thank you very much. Good evening, Brakweku. I'm watching you live from Kaswa with your guest. You are doing indeed. You are indeed the man of the moment. Great show by all standards from your brother Amwako Kaswa. Hey, Amwako, are you there? Good one. Let me show you now. Catch away mirror up here. Good evening, Prophet Kwaku Annan. I am watching you live from Luton, UK. Yes, you said it, and it has come to pass. I am Solomon Chumesi, on the free London, and I buy more audio by an audio near sending to me more. To me, Mubia Mope, my number no, for WhatsApp number na, you bet me a connect to whatever. Say, hi, Kwaku Annan, please, I have something to tell you off air. You can kindly contact me for it. I'll say, you did a program on the police brutality some weeks ago, and I'm a victim. Those they killed. You need to hear it. Listen to your program every time. Good one. Yes, bro. You're just 1-2 minutes. But Friday, you are coming to do a full one on this event because major be okay. And so Friday you have to come and then finish all of them. Okay. With the finishing 120 days ultimatum. So wrap up for.
Yes. So you see, we also made a promise when we were in opposition that the issue of Galamsey, that issue is very well.
The Galamsey is still on it. They are taking it from your government.
Yes.
Are you guys succeeding? We are. Or still a battle too?
We are. If you see so far, we have seized over 150 excavators, and you see that government is willing to fight it. It's not the case where in the past you will know people doing it. And we have police and the army protecting them. This time, we have asked the police and the army to go for them.
Oh, okay.
To go for them. You saw what happened the last time in the other village, where they went there. It was a whole scene, like a whole community, like a whole Medina. Yeah. People were there doing their own things. Yeah. And the past government, they were aware of them. Because they felt if they go and stop them, the number of votes they'll get from there, they won't get. How can you know this? And we have chiefs close to the community, and they said nothing about it. This government, we are in to make sure that everything we promise, we are making it. We are going to deliver. Look, by a year time, when we sit here, we'll be clapping for this government.
Yeah.
The issue of corruption, we will not entertain it. If you are a government appointee and you are involved in corruption, we will come here and we just give it to you. Nobody will speak for you.
Yeah.
So far, so very good. I just hope that we keep things the same way we are keeping them. And you know, like I told you, Guta and had met with government, and I'm sure within a month, the cost of goods and services will come down. Oil gallon that you were buying for 1,200 and so, it is now 680.
Oh,
as at yesterday, 680.
Did I hear that fuel is coming down?
Yes. This Friday is coming again. Yeah. This is the safe time.
It's coming down.
Yes, safe time. So Guta should do something about their goods and services. You can't say
because the government in the area is almost more trigger.
Yeah, because when government increase fuel by 1 cedi, immediately they increase. Yeah. But when government reduce 5 times, they are not doing anything. Why? So how do we fix this country? So my brother, what I know is that by a year time when we come to sit here and discuss these issues of NDC as a political party, because we want to continue again, we want to ensure that everything we said we're going to do, we will do. And I know that you are monitoring the scene. Yeah. And then I'm sure at the right time, you come out to say that
good one, folks. My last message on FEN also. I'll say, hi, Class TV. Please, JM should check the sabotage in the ECG. Francis, Accra, I don't know what sabotage meant. We also, Kwaku, good evening. Please, there's something going on at Kaneshi, and it is very dangerous. The market women and men are dangerously using the overpass as market Chris Center. Now people don't get even way to pass, and few times it will bring a problem from Sekenya, Accra, Wager Block Factory, no free buy.